Hi, Days fans. We're going to talk about Tuesday's episode. It's actually Wednesday, June 8th. And JB and I just dropped off our little boy for his very last day at kindergarten. So we're a little emotional right now.
A little happy, too.
If we start, crying over EJ, it's not because we're really crying over EJ. No, but yay! Success. And thank all of you guys for being supportive during our year of kindergarten. Okay, anywho. There have been some more cuts to the Days cast since last we spoke, which is sad. I realize that Ken Corday has a show to put on.
And a budget to stick to.
Yeah, and I know that, like my mom always says, you have to crack some eggs to make an omelet, but I don't know. It's sad saying goodbye. I thought Nadia Bjorlund was a beautiful, wonderful person. We didn't...
Because she called you Twiggy?
Yeah, that's about all it takes to make me think you're a beautiful, wonderful person. Did I just drool? Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. How gross is that? That's what Nadia Bjorlund does to people. That's my brother.
Yeah, he'll stop watching.
Yeah, I know. That did have to... No, she won't be off till August, so I'm going to be seeing my brother next week, so hopefully I'll still be able to use her generous womanhood to get him into watching Days with me. But yes, that's sad that she's going. She's the only one we met of the recent 3 that have been dropped. And unfortunately, we didn't get to interview her.
Louis Sorel we met.
Oh, that's right. No, but I mean of the recent 3 that were dropped.
Oh, okay. They're also recent.
We have not, of the 3 that were dropped yesterday, we have not met Tamara Braun, which I have to say, part of me is kind of glad this happened because I thought our comments about her might keep us out of Day of Days this year. I'm just kidding.
No, we turned it around.
We
started to like her. We started to say nice stuff.
That's what I was saying in my post about this yesterday. It's the second that we fell for both Taylors. I mean, really, just about the second we did, we found out they were leaving.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure what that's all about. But I think nobody cares about our opinion. And then, although Ken Corday did say that they listen to all these blogs and whatnot.
He did?
Yeah. In one of his articles.
Is he listening right now?
Ken,
bring back Chloe. You're going to lose 2% of that audience, the males. Ron and me are the 2%.
Yeah, Ron's already hitting the...
I'm 1%, Ron the other percent.
Ron's hitting the pavement. But Ron, I have to tell you, I watched Young and the Restless, which you're thinking about going to. And I don't know if they have the cleavage going on that. So who's
Sharon and Phyllis? They pour it out sometimes.
Yeah, but that's a completely different age gap than what I'm assuming Ron's in.
Well, whatever. They'll fill that void.
I'm just saying, you're gonna have to go for the cougar thing if you want what you're getting at Days. All right, moving on. We're
not talking like Diane or anything. My God.
Now we are no longer welcome at Young and the Restless functions.
Victor's trophy wife. Anyway, she got canned too.
Oh, I know. Maura West is out. Which, Libby, this might be a good time to keep working your campaign to get her on Days. Okay, so with Tamara Braun leaving, what is their game with EJ? Are they going to get EJ and Nicole back together?
If the baby comes out.
Oh, yeah. JB is convinced. Have you told them this theory?
I am convinced that Nicole's miscarried baby is alive, and it's going to show the one that EJ and her produced, and it's going to show up suddenly, and that's going to make EJ look at Nicole in a completely different frame.
Oh, yeah.
So they might fall back in love, and then maybe Sammy's going to get EJ in trouble, and he'll go to jail, and Nicole will bust him out, or who knows.
This is what I want. I want a little, slightly swingerish stuff going on. I want Nicole and Rafe to end up together.
That would be great.
And then if Sammy and EJ want to wind up back together, that's fine too. But I'm just not having EJ and me pulling at my heart the way it used to. I mean, in 10 months I've gone from yay to if they want to be together, whatever. Let them, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, people. But I want to see Nicole and Rafe together. I think that will be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's must-see TV, and we're ready to go there.
They already have chemistry. when they were making out at the apartment.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And let's talk a little bit about Abby. Now, I have in the past made a mistake with my future boyfriend's parents or whatever, and then they didn't like me very much. And Abby calling the police, i.e. the police commissioner, to get them down to deal with a little argument. I mean, who hasn't thrown things at their spouse repeatedly? Have we ever thrown anything at each other?
Was yesterday's episode when Casey had a good dialogue with EJ, or was that the day
Nicole?
before?
He had a good dialogue with Nicole.
Oh, that's right. They had an amazing scene.
Chad and Nicole.
And they should hate each other because Nicole stole his baby.
Yeah,
You completely forget about that stuff. Two people standing in the room who they would just be killing each other.
Wait, Nicole played. You know that game you play at Christmas where you get a gift and then somebody else gets a gift and you can trade for their gift if you like it better? She did that with his kid. You know, she convinced Mia to give her baby. And then, an hour later, she upgraded for another baby.
Well, EJ's real flesh and blood.
But still, that's just not nice. But you know what? If EJ can forgive Nicole, why not Chad too? I don't know. But Chad and Abby's facial expressions when all this was going down was pretty precious, I thought.
When all the smashing was...
So what's Nicole going to do now? She's going to have EJ arrested for domestic violence, and that'll keep him from being with Taylor? Is that her plot?
That seems too simple.
But he made a good point, yeah, I've been letting you blackmail me, but, oh yeah, that's right, we're a mafia family, and I could make you disappear, and then you won't be able to tell me at all.
Oh, and then he said... No, and she's like, well, my lawyers. Well, nobody would care if you disappeared. They wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I'm sure she put a clause in there with her lawyer. She's a smart
if
girl.
I don't check in, every 2 days.
I'll check in every, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you don't hear from me, send out the correspondence. But I'm telling you, remember April? Was she April or Adriana or whatever her name was on Sopranos? Yeah, one day they took her out for a car ride and she didn't come home. We don't want that to happen to you, Nicole. I'm scared now because we know 5 of the 6 people Ken Corday promised were going to hit the road. And I'm scared for that 6th shoe to drop. Every day I'm like, what are they going to do? Is Ari Zucker going to get sent away to Witsack? Or every time a character has anything happen, I'm like, is it going to be them?
So Dina Higley's getting in her last public service announcement.
Oh, God!
For gluten-free food, how it can cure autism.
Let me tell you what. And I'm not going to go too judgmental because we have tried this twice and we're thinking about trying it again over the summer. But I don't like these little plugs without any more information.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Going gluten-free is a real frigging B word to do, okay? It's really, really hard and stressful.
But she must really believe in it if she wrote it into the show.
Well, there are people that... I just finished reading a book by an author, and her son does the last chapter, and he has Asperger's. And he says in there, yeah, I barely remember when I had autism. He doesn't even consider himself to have it anymore because he has not had gluten or casein since the 1st grade. And then within a week, he went from almost being expelled from 1st grade to being fine, which that was not our experience. But anywho.
Yeah, maybe we should go on some kind of a deserted island and just bring in the food and nobody can interact with it and no Starbucks.
You have read my mind. I've often thought if we just lived on some farm and grew our own food. Okay, we're digressing. Let's get back to the soap. Nobody really cares about our farms.
Anyway. I thought it was hilarious when Caroline offered gluten-free food for a little autistic Theo.
I didn't think it was hilarious, but I thought it was interesting how they're throwing in their little... how many of you picked up on that was an autism reference? It's okay, honey. It fell on a cord.
Yeah, we'll fix it. Anyway, who else? Who else had scenes? Was there any Danifer stuff?
So Quinn...
Oh, Quinn, and he asked Chloe to be a whore.
Yeah, pretty much. Now that's an offer you don't get every day.
And she's going to be like, no, and then he's going to show her that video. Oh, that guy. She's already got a client lined up.
Yeah, and I didn't quite get that. Like, I thought at first the guy wanted a hooker that didn't know she was a hooker. So what? Like, so he could feel like he was on a date?
Yeah, exactly.
But then...
Those are the expensive ones.
But then he told her... Like, I thought they weren't going to tell her. Like, somehow they were going to send her off with this guy, and he was going to... like, they just would assume she would, you know, do the deed again because she did it so fast the other time. But this guy was, like, not young and cute like Quinn is.
No. He wouldn't need hookers otherwise. It's not like that governor of New York that got caught.
There's lots of guys that use hookers that people wouldn't think need hookers, like Hugh Grant.
Yeah, but if you want to go for something a little different...
I don't think there's a direct correlation to your looks and your use of hookers necessarily.
All right.
In some cases, perhaps, but that's a subject for another day.
Yes.
So, what else do we have?
There was some Lexi stuff. I don't know.
Oh,
When are they ever going to get a storyline, for God's sake?
I don't know. Maybe they're going to have another baby.
I hope so. They need something.
Maybe they'll adopt.
They need to bust them up.
Who could they bring back to break them up?
Tech.
Brandon.
Yeah, James Reynolds did not like it. I'll never forget that when I said, "Let's bring back Tech."
Well, I was hoping that Faye and Robe, what's his name? Abe, I know Robe.
Oh, so there was some Sammy Race
Oh,
that we
yeah.
haven't talked about. How
Oh,
they're kind of
yeah.
getting desperate with their plan, and
So they convinced Bo on the honor system. Sammy pledged for Rafe that it was going to be okay for him to continue to work undercover, even though he should have his hiney fired.
so is he back on the force now? Did Bo?
I think he's just letting him work this EJ case, but really nothing else. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm growing tired of this. I want it to all come out. I'm not liking everyone bashing and hating on Rafe, and poor guy doesn't even know what he did to get in all this trouble.
I know, he's like, okay, I was weird, but I'm okay now, so...
Does no one notice that he went from being Rafe to being completely different, and now he's completely back to Rafe?
Well, he can explain it the same way. Like, okay, the accident messed me up, and now I'm cured of the accident.
Yeah, well, it's interesting how he got cured so quick and easy. I find it a little suspicious.
Yeah.
But of course we know the real truth. So, yeah, they better come up with some way to get new Rafe to talk. I cannot believe that they can't get that guy to talk.
Waterboard him. Worked for the U.S. government.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have no... Once they get the law involved, EJ and Stefano will win because they've got all those safeguards that can help protect them. Whereas right now they've got that man locked up in a brick room and nobody knows he exists. Except for the Damaris who don't want him to exist anyway. So he could disappear tomorrow. He could die. Nobody would care. Nobody would know. All they would have to do is get rid of the body. Which I guess that part's hard. I don't know. I've never killed anyone.
So lots of people comment about the proxy, about rape by proxy.
You know, I didn't even read that because I was afraid to. Because I know that there are some strong feelings. But I'm sorry, but that storyline was icky gross.
I can't wait to ask James Scott about this one.
And you know, I don't quite get why people get upset about using the word rape with either of these cases. Because unless you are from under a freaking rock, what happened most times is...
Which rape do you consider worse, James? This one, where you sent Rafe to do your dirty work, or the one where you did her in the car?
Well, this
Blackmailing her with Lucas's life.
This one went on for like 3 months, so it's really, really creepy.
I hope she's pregnant by this guy. She'll miscarry the baby if she is. But if she's pregnant by new Rafe...
The new writers will have her miscarry for sure if that happens. Ken Corday wants to go back to core family values.
I'm really bad at calling marriages that don't make it. My track record's not good. I keep on thinking, oh, they're not going to get married. Philip and Melanie not going to get married.
Who's not going to get married?
When I predict, I'm usually wrong.
But which two are you saying are good?
No, I'm just saying, but I am good at predicting miscarriages. Like, I knew Melanie wasn't going to have a baby. And if Sammy's pregnant, it will not go to term.
Yeah, they cannot give Sammy any more kids, and they cannot make this storyline any creepier than it already is. And then what's going to happen if, like...
Are we allowed to go over 15 minutes?
Yeah, Ron says we can go all day long.
Okay.
What happens if somehow she got pregnant with new Rafe close to the time she reconciled with old Rafe? Then are they going to have to do a paternity test to decide whether she... I don't know.
You think anybody still listening out there? Sorry.
Alright, well, shut up. Obviously, I'm getting the hint like I'm going
No.
I'm going away today, so you can vote in the box if you'd rather hear recaps just from me or just from Davey or a mix.
You can do it from your phone and upload it remotely. I'll show you how to do it, but I think I want to do one too.
So we'll see.
I got some ideas.
We'll see if we can't cause our children to what do they say about that when a couple gets divorced? Don't make the children pick sides. But we're asking you to pick sides.
We're not getting divorced.
No, but we're saying for the next week, which one of us do you want? You can only have one.
All right, hit the button.
All right, we're gone. The couple that watches Days Together
stays together.